I'm sure we all know by now that Sony recently confirmed that the PlayStation 5 is in active development. They gave out some specs that it would have a Zen 2 CPU, a solid-state hard drive, and a Navi GPU, but of course they're still keeping some of the actual information under wraps. Big information, like when is the PlayStation 5 going to launch, and most importantly, how much is it going to be? Well, according to an analyst out there, we may have some more information, and it sounds like the PlayStation 5 might be more expensive than you think. What's going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with a million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day. So Ace Research Institute analyst Hideki Yoshida has revealed his PlayStation 5 price and release date predictions. And just like everybody else, he's predicting that the PlayStation 5 will launch in November 2020, but he's kind of gone against some of his colleagues. He is predicting that the PlayStation 5's price will be $500, and he basically says that the PlayStation 5 will focus on fixing the flaws of the PlayStation 4, like backwards compatibility, for example, as well as delivering powerful hardware. Now, he also doesn't believe that cloud streaming services like Google Stadia will be a threat to the PlayStation 5, so he thinks the console will sell quite well, predicting 21 million units sold by March 31st, 2022. Now, November 2020, it's a pretty safe prediction. Sony themselves recently said that the system won't launch in the next 12 months, being like the earliest it could come out is April, and I sincerely doubt we would see the PS5 launch in April or May. So the safest bet is, of course, the holidays, when they normally launch these systems. So I think that one is, you can lock it in. The PS5, as well as the Xbox 2, will be available in November 2020. Of course, the big thing I wanted to talk about is the price. Everybody's kind of going back and forth. Is it $400? Is it $500? That seems to be the two price points that most people can agree upon. Nobody's predicting $600 because, well, that almost killed the PlayStation brand back in the PlayStation 3 era, and nobody's going down to $300 because that wouldn't really be much of a generational leap if it was only $300. So the only two prices it can be, realistically, is $400 and $500, and they're definitely not going to do something in between like $450. So yes, you may have heard like last week, another analyst from Penham Smithers Associates, he basically said that he believes that depending on the CPU the PS5 uses, it will come out for $400, which is $100 cheaper than this guy's predictions. So that's kind of where we're at this point. November 2020 for the launch, and either $400 or $500. So the question is, to you guys, what would you rather see in the PlayStation 5? Would you want it to be $400 to save you that $100, but it would be a much less powerful system, obviously? Or do you want it to be $500? Do you want to spend the extra $100 because at that price point, Sony can provide a much more powerful system than they ever could at $400? That's the question. Since nothing really exists in a vacuum, you also have what Xbox is doing. Their next-gen systems, which are rumored to be a dual SKU approach, Xbox Anaconda being the premium version, and Xbox Lockhart being the cheaper version. Now, I fully believe 100% that the PlayStation 5 is going to dominate next generation. I think Xbox will do well, but PlayStation is a much bigger gaming worldwide brand than Xbox ever could be. But it's interesting to see what would happen with these price points if Sony goes after that $500 expensive, powerful PlayStation 5. Where would it put it up against the Anaconda, which is rumored to be the most powerful, right? Or do they sit kind of comfortably in between Lockhart and Anaconda at $400? It's pretty interesting. Personally, I would want the more powerful PlayStation 5. I would want it to be $500 because I want a piece of hardware that is more future-proof, that has maybe a better CPU with, you know, faster clocks and maybe more teraflops on the GPU, because I want to see what Sony's first party can crank out with the extra horsepower. Can you imagine what God of War 2 and what Spider-Man 2 and potentially Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and any new IP they build next generation will look like? I want the $500 PlayStation 5. I don't really want the $400 one. Yes, I'm going to be buying both the Xbox and the PlayStation day one, but I still want, like, the most bang for my buck. So let me know what you guys want in the comments below. Do you want the $400 PlayStation 5 or the $500 Beast version that this analyst thinks is going, that we're going to get? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and share it out on social media. Maybe tell a friend about the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit that sub button if you're new. And if you always want to be notified when I drop new content, make sure to hit that little bell icon next to the sub button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.